Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about team building in Reverse 1999. Now if I sound a little bit off, it's just because I'm a little bit tired, I just woke up. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video guys, leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Alrighty guys, so I essentially wanted to talk about team building in Reverse 1999 and what you should be working towards. You need to be doing this right now because if you're not, you're going to be really behind with just like a mess of team of units. And the reason you're going to need it is you're going to need it for this game mode here, which is going to really start getting a lot more difficult later on, especially when you start clearing the limbo stages, which I'm kind of trying to work my way towards right now. Now, what should you be doing in terms of team building? Well, essentially the structure of units you should be building should be 2 DPSs, 2 supports, and 2 healers. That's what you want to kind of be doing for 2 separate teams. You want to try and have 2 DPSs that are of 2 different element types, but also ones that deal 2 different types of damage. For example, my Lilia does reality damage, and my 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 does mental damage. Now, obviously, if you don't have the units to do that, that is not something, if you can't build it, don't worry about it too much right now, because this is something that you can work towards over time and eventually get the units. But yeah, it's really crucial that you have units that try to do mental and reality, and ideally 2 different element types as well, for different types of content. Then you want your 2 supports for buffing those damage dealers. Now, a very important thing here is, for example, because Lilia does reality damage, you want to bring a character like 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿. 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 is one of the best supporters for Lilia, purely for the fact that her debuff reduces the reality defense of the enemy. So basically, the enemy is going to have 15% less defense. So for those of you who don't know, including your characters and all enemies, the defense is split up into 2 stats: reality defense and mental defense. Think of reality damage as physical damage and mental damage as magic damage in other games, if this is a little bit confusing. But essentially, we want to set up a team that buffs Lilia and is focused around dealing reality damage. That's why 𝙀𝙀𝙀 is so good for this team setup, because she just reduces the enemy's reality defense by a considerable amount, meaning that Lilia's reality damage does a lot more damage. So, what are some good units to be building? For starters, Lilia is a pretty good choice, but she's generally a bit better in the late game because you need like critical damage things to get her to work properly, stuff like crit rate and crit damage. The reason being is she scales very well off those 2 stats. So you need things like her Psy Cube, her Insight 3, and other things to really get her up running. Other good characters for DPSs are ones like Eternity, Regulus, and a few others. Now, for your good supports, you can use 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 is one of the best ones you can get in the game currently. Even though she's a 5-star, she's just really, really good. Voyage is obviously really good too. Then you've got your characters like Tenet, Sonetto, which everyone gets for free, and then things like Baby Blue and stuff like that. For example, Baby Blue is a very good support. She's a debuffer and basically just reduces the amount of damage taken for all enemies. Sorry, increases the amount of damage taken by all enemies, and that scales as well, and it can last for quite a bit longer. In addition to that, she also reduces their mental defense, so she's really good on a mental team. I'm probably going to be building her up and chucking her on my 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘍 team. Like, even though I have Voyager is really, really good, but she's good for different reasons, so I don't know. And as for support, Medicine Pocket is obviously pretty decent. You can also run 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝑗, who is a healer as well, or something like Bloom Party if you've got her. These are some really good unit options, but if you don't have any of these, a lot of the free units you get are actually pretty decent. Sonetto is pretty good, and the good thing about her is you'll get portrays of her for free through just completing content, and Matilda is also pretty good. So this is what I'm trying to say. You basically just want to work towards building a 2-2-2 team, and it's more important that you get those first 3 units down in each team. You can worry about the 4th unit later on. Now, I will be making 2 videos on the 2 upcoming units in the next patch pretty soon, so I'm going to be making a video on whether you should pull for Malenia or whether you should pull for Pickles. So stay tuned for those if you're curious about that aspect of things. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just want to make a really quick video explaining the team building in this game, and a couple things to kind of be mindful of when doing so, and what kind of units you should be working towards. Any of the units on the starting banner, by the way, whether you get your free 6-star, they're all good DPSs. You can use any of them if you choose to. Alrighty guys, anyways, hope you had a good one. See you later. Bye.
After all, Elio didn't put it in the script. Why would it matter?
Bon